My dear, wonderful friends, tonight I speak to the part of you that has always known the truth, but has been waiting for a voice to name it. Listen closely. If you talk to yourself like this for only 4 days, everything in your life will begin to change. Not by chance, not by luck, but by law. You have believed for years that the world is speaking to you. Bills speak. Doctors speak. People speak. But I tell you, you are the one speaking the world. The ceaseless murmur behind your ribs, your inner conversation, is the only real author of events. You have been overhearing your own creative word and calling it reality. Scripture begins with a mystery so simple, the world misses it. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Do not push this into history or heaven. Bring it home. The Word is your inner speech. God is your own wonderful human imagination. And the world you wake to each morning is your Word made flesh. For 4 days, I ask you to become ruthlessly faithful to a new sound within. Speak from the end you desire, not about it. The beggar pleads, one day. The awakened says, now. The beggar describes the mountain. The awakened stands on its summit and speaks downward. There is a difference, and the difference is everything. If you desire wealth, don't mutter to yourself about bills and odds. Speak as one to whom money is a gentle servant. I am so wonderfully provided for. Life answers me generously. If you desire health, cease reciting symptoms to yourself. Let your inner voice rise clear and calm. I move in strength. My body obeys the truth of wholeness. If you desire love, stop rehearsing abandonment. Whisper as one chosen, I am deeply wanted. I am the delight of another's heart. Do you see? We are not polishing affirmations for a reluctant universe. We are giving the only command that creation can hear, the command of feeling accepted as true. Your inner word is not a wish, it is God in action. When you speak from the fulfilled state and feel it natural, your subconscious, dear, faithful servant, takes that tone as law and outpictures it as the harvest of your days. For 4 days, you will guard this inner temple. You will let no stray sentence defile it. When doubt knocks, you will not argue. You will revise, everything is working perfectly. It is done. When appearances contradict you, you will smile like one who knows the script. This too serves my end. And as you lay your head upon the pillow, you will let the last voice you hear be your own, sure, gentle, certain, so that the night may carry your decree into form. My friends, the world will tell you that causes are outside, that fortune is fickle, that time is master. I tell you the opposite. You are the operant power. The cause is within. Time is merely the corridor through which your inner word walks to become visible. So hear me. In the beginning was the Word. Let the beginning of these 4 days be your word. Chosen, deliberate, magnetic with feeling. Speak as the one you long to be, and watch as life hastens to agree. Be it unto you as you have believed. My dear friends, the first step toward transformation is always the same: to declare your intention publicly to the universe. So write it now, right here in the comments, as your first act of creation. I'm ready to change my words. Because the moment you speak it, even in writing, the universe begins to rearrange itself around your new vibration. Who was I? This man they now call Neville Goddard. Not a mystic born in some temple or monastery, but an ordinary man who discovered the extraordinary truth that man's imagination is God himself. I taught not from philosophy, but from experience. I saw, again and again, how a simple change in inner speech produced what the world calls miracles. You see, the great secret of life is hidden in something so common you do it every hour: the way you talk to yourself. The whole drama of existence unfolds from that quiet conversation behind your eyes. Your inner dialogue is the workshop of creation, the altar of prayer, and the command room of your reality. When people ask me, Neville, what is prayer? I tell them it is not the words you cry to the skies, but the words you whisper to yourself when you believe no one is listening. For those are the words creation hears most clearly. The inner conversation is the true prayer. The outer ritual, the candle, the chant, the temple, is only its shadow. Now there is a world of difference between thinking of your desire and thinking from it. The beggar thinks of riches and remains poor. The awakened man thinks from riches and watches wealth gather to him naturally. Thinking of keeps the wish far away. Thinking from makes it your dwelling place. When Scripture says, ask, believing you have already received, and you shall, it is describing not a future hope, but a present position of consciousness. To ask in this way is to enter the end, to speak, walk, and feel from the place where your wish is already fulfilled. Consider the ancient stories. David did not face Goliath as a trembling boy, hoping to win. He faced him as a victor already crowned. His inner word was one of completion. This day the Lord delivers you into my hand. Abraham, when told he would be the father of nations, looked not at the deadness of his body, but at the aliveness of the promise. He lived from that end until the promise took form, and Jesus, the pattern man, never spoke as one seeking. He spoke as one possessing. When he said, I and my Father are one, he was declaring that the creative power and the consciousness of man are not two, but one. This is the law of assumption, that what you assume to be true, though unseen, must harden into fact. It is not positive thinking, it is divine knowing. And the gateway through which the assumption becomes reality is feeling. For feeling is the secret. You can repeat words until your throat is sore, but until they carry the vibration of belief, they are empty shells. Words are the vessels. Feeling is the breath of life that animates them. Speak with feeling, and the unseen world rushes to obey. Now you may ask, why 4 days, Neville? Why not 3 as before? Because the number 4 represents foundation, stability, and establishment. 3 is the number of completion, the seed germinates, the transformation begins. But 4 is when the seed roots deeply into the soil of being and becomes unshakable. The 4th day, in the language of symbols, is when the sun and moon are set in the heavens, the cycle of light established, the rhythm of day and night fixed. In you, this means the rhythm of your new self has stabilized. It is no longer a passing mood. It becomes your dwelling consciousness. So these 4 days are sacred. They are not a test, but a birth. Each day represents a deeper anchoring of your assumption. The first day, awakening to the word. The second day, cleansing of the mind. The third day, resurrection of faith. The fourth day, establishment of the new self. My purpose tonight is not to give you more philosophy, but to hand you a living law. Your words, inwardly spoken and felt as true, are God's words, and they cannot return void. Guard them for 4 days, and watch the invisible become visible. Now let us enter the heart of the matter, the sacred art of talking to yourself like this. When I say talk to yourself, I do not mean the random chatter of worry and habit. I mean a deliberate, living conversation with your own being. One filled with the tone of fulfillment, the rhythm of peace, and the fragrance of certainty. Every man and woman in this world lives surrounded by their own inner words. The miser whispers lack, and his world echoes it. The joyful one murmurs abundance, and the earth hurries to provide. The fearful heart rehearses disaster and calls it caution. The faithful heart rehearses victory and calls it fact. So when I tell you to talk to yourself like this, I am teaching you to become conscious of the voice that creates. For it is written, by your words you are justified, and by your words you are condemned. This does not refer to outer speech alone. It is your inner murmur that sets the boundaries of your life. Most people spend their lives asking inwardly, pleading, hoping, wishing. But creation does not respond to pleading. It responds to identity. It answers not the beggar, but the being who speaks as already fulfilled. When you say within yourself, one day I will be rich, the law hears you declare separation. But when you say, I am prosperous now, and you feel the naturalness of that statement, the law moves instantly to clothe it in fact. You see, the world mirrors the tone of your inner conversation, not the words alone. If your tone carries strain, need, or waiting, you have not yet entered the end. If your tone carries ease, gratitude, and inevitability, your prayer is already answered. It is not the repetition that makes it work, but the naturalness of the state. If it feels forced, it will fade. If it feels natural, it will manifest. If you desire abundance, stop talking about money as though it were outside of you. Money is a reflection of consciousness, and consciousness is your being. When you awaken in the morning, before thought rushes in, whisper inwardly, "I am so grateful for the abundance that flows to me. Money serves me easily and continually. Life delights in my prosperity." Do not say these words as a beggar recites a spell. Say them as one who simply describes his world. Let them feel as ordinary and matter-of-fact as saying, "The sun rises." As you walk through your day, keep this conversation alive. When the bill arrives, smile and say inwardly, "Isn't it wonderful that everything I need is always provided?" When others speak of recession or lack, you quietly reply within, "Not in my world." Soon you will notice life rearranging itself to match your tone. Opportunities, ideas, unexpected channels opening. But more than the money itself, you will feel the shift, the relief of knowing that abundance was never outside of you at all. If you seek love, cease speaking loneliness into your pillow. You cannot attract affection while confessing abandonment. Instead, speak softly within, "I am cherished deeply. I am the joy and peace of another's life. Everywhere I go, I am met with kindness, warmth, and recognition." Do not wait for someone to arrive to prove these words true. Speak them because they are true in consciousness. Love is not a stranger to be found. It is the fragrance you already carry when you know who you are. Talk to yourself as one already chosen, already adored. As you move through your day, feel that quiet confidence, that calm delight. Soon, without effort, others will begin to reflect the tone you have established within. If health is your desire, never again speak of yourself as sick, even if symptoms seem loud. Remember, the body obeys the tone of the mind. Whisper gently, "I move with ease. My body is strong and obedient to divine order. Every cell sings with life and harmony." Do not fight the illness. Replace it in imagination. See yourself walking easily, breathing freely, smiling naturally. Talk to yourself as one who has recovered, not as one who hopes to recover. When it feels natural to speak that way, that is the sign your healing has begun. Many wander through life murmuring confusion. "I don't know what I'm supposed to do." But the universe cannot guide a self divided by doubt. Speak instead as one already aligned. "I know why I am here. Everything I do unfolds in perfect harmony. My steps are ordered. My mind is clear. My heart is at peace." Say it when you rise, as you work, as you rest. Soon, new ideas will appear, people will cross your path, and purpose will no longer be sought. It will be lived. Let me tell you a secret. Creation does not happen by effort, but by feeling natural. You must feel the desire as ordinary truth, not as a distant miracle. If you can speak your wish without strain, as simply as saying, "I am here," then you are already dwelling in the end. Try this now. Close your eyes and hear your own voice within. Say quietly, "I am." Do not add a single word more until that phrase feels alive. Feel the weight of existence in those two words. That is the name of God within you, the creative I am. Then, gently add the quality you wish to embody. "I am abundant. I am loved. I am whole. I am at peace." Do not force belief. Allow the feeling to rise naturally, as if remembering something long known. The moment it feels normal, it is done. You see, my friends, it is not a performance, it is a remembering. You are not trying to become something new. You are returning to what has always been true of you. You are the Word made flesh. For 4 days, speak from this knowing. Guard your words as you would guard sacred fire. Let your inner dialogue be gentle, confident, and sure. and you will find, as countless others have, that the outer world, faithful servant of the inner, will bend to echo your new conversation. For the world is yourself pushed out. My dear wonderful friends, today marks the first day of your transformation. The day when you awaken to the living word within you. Everything that exists began as a word, a quiet utterance in the invisible, a vibration that took shape and became flesh. And today, you begin to speak the new word for your life. You begin to plant the seed that will grow into the reality you desire. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe slowly. Let the noise of the outer world fade. Feel the stillness underneath the breath. In this stillness, you will hear something remarkable. Your own inner voice. You may not have noticed it before, but it has never stopped speaking. It narrates your days, judges your moments, and defines your identity. It is the quiet sculptor shaping the clay of your life. And now, you will learn to make it your servant, not your master. As you awaken this morning, before you move, before you reach for your phone, listen carefully. What is your first thought? What do you say to yourself before the day begins? Most people start their day with worry, with lack, with repetition of yesterday's fear, but not you. Today, you plant a different seed. You awaken as the creator, not the creature. Say within yourself, softly, with feeling, I am the operant power. My inner word shapes the world. Let these words roll through your consciousness like a wave. Don't say them as an affirmation you're trying to believe. Say them as a remembrance, as something that has always been true of you. You are not begging life to change. You are recognizing your dominion over it. Feel the weight of that truth. I am the operant power. That means you, your consciousness, your inner talking, your feeling, is the cause of everything that appears. The world does not happen to you. It happens through you. Now imagine this clearly. See yourself standing in a field of light, infinite and radiant. The light surrounds you, moves through you, listens to you. It waits for your command, for your word. And as you speak inwardly, the light begins to shimmer and take form. If you desire abundance, imagine yourself surrounded by evidence of plenty, sunlight pouring through a golden window, the scent of morning coffee in a beautiful home, the calm confidence of knowing you are provided for. If you desire health, see yourself breathing deeply, walking easily, your body glowing with vitality. If you desire love, imagine a warmth around your heart, a tenderness that fills every cell. Then gently say again within, I am the operant power. My inner word shapes the world. Feel those words as an energy in the center of your chest. Each repetition strengthens the new pattern in consciousness. You are planting your seed in the fertile soil of imagination. Now understand this, my friends, a seed does not sprout the moment you plant it, but the instant it touches the soil, the process of growth begins. Unseen, unstoppable, inevitable. So too it is with your words. The moment you claim your new inner conversation, life begins to move to fulfill it. You may not see the outer results today, but something has already shifted. Invisible roots are spreading. Your old patterns have heard the new command and are rearranging themselves to obey. Let me tell you a story, a true one. There was a woman who came to me many years ago. She said, Neville, I have spoken about my troubles for so long, they seem to have a life of their own. I told her, then speak a new life. For 3 days, talk to yourself only as the woman you wish to be. She said, it feels false. I said, then keep speaking until it feels true. She began the practice. The first morning, her words trembled. I am at peace. I am free. Everything is working perfectly. Her old voice mocked her. By noon, she forgot and complained aloud. But she remembered and began again. She persisted. On the second day, she felt a strange calm. By the third, a deep joy welled up inside her, reasonless, radiant. And on the fourth day, her employer, who had overlooked her for months, called her in and offered her the position she had been praying for. She told me later, Neville, I didn't get the promotion because I asked for it. I got it because I finally talked to myself as if I already had it. That, my friends, is how the law works. Her outer world was only the echo of her new inner word. So today, as you walk, eat, and speak, be aware of your inner voice. Catch the idle murmurs that contradict your desire. Do not condemn them. Simply replace them. When the mind says, "This won't work," smile and reply within, "It already has." When it says, "Nothing has changed," answer, "Everything is changing perfectly." When it says, "You can't," respond, "I already did." This is the training of the first day, the awakening. You are learning to recognize the creative word and to speak it deliberately. Do not underestimate the power of this single day. If you truly observe yourself, if you guard your words, if you speak from the end, even for a few hours, your inner atmosphere will begin to glow with a quiet certainty. And in that glow, the world will begin, slowly, gently, but certainly, to change. So as you drift into sleep tonight, whisper again, "I am the operant power. My inner word shapes the world." Say it not with strain, but with rest. For the creative act is not effort, it is surrender. Let your last thought before sleep be the tone of accomplishment. Feel it real. Rest in it. And know that the seed has been planted. Tomorrow we begin the second day, the cleansing of the mind. My dear wonderful friends, welcome to the second day, the day of cleansing. If the first day was the planting of the seed, then this day is the clearing of the soil. The mind must be purified of weeds, the old voices, the inherited doubts, the stubborn beliefs that whisper, "You can't." Do not be alarmed if today feels turbulent. It often does. When you change your inner word, the old one resists. It trembles, it argues, it begs to be believed again. But rejoice, this is a sure sign that transformation has begun. The second day is the day of resistance, the day of testing. It is written, "Then was Jesus led into the wilderness to be tempted." The wilderness is not a place outside of you. It is the space inside where your new truth confronts your old patterns. So if you feel doubt rising, if fear whispers, if your mind says, "It's not working," remember, you are standing where every master has stood. Even Christ, who knew himself one with the Father, had to face the voice of suggestion, the serpent saying, "If you are truly the Son of God." What did he do? He did not argue, he revised and replaced immediately. This is your task today. Every time a thought arises that contradicts your desired state, you will not fight it, nor will you entertain it. You will revise and replace immediately. When you hear within, "I can't afford this," you will say gently but firmly, "Everything I need is already provided." When you think, "I'm still alone," you will answer, "I am deeply loved and cherished." When you feel the old fear of sickness, you will whisper, "I am whole, strong, and free." Do not delay the revision. Do not explain yourself to the doubt. Replace it in the very moment it appears, for delay gives the old pattern power. Now close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath and imagine that every negative thought, every worry, every limiting belief is made of smoke, thin, fragile, dissolvable. See it rising from your mind like mist at sunrise. Each breath of awareness clears more of the sky. You are not fighting the smoke. You are simply breathing it away with the wind of new words. Now imagine light descending from above, entering the crown of your head, filling your chest, your hands, your voice. This is the light of your awareness. The truth that I am is greater than any idea it ever entertained. Feel it cleanse you from within. See every trace of the old self evaporate into this brilliant light. Whisper quietly, with conviction, "I revise and replace immediately. My mind is clear. My word is pure. My world is clean." Let that phrase become your shield and your sword today. You will wield it each time a shadow crosses the mind. It does not require effort, only attention. The moment you recognize a lie, speak the truth instead. You are not battling darkness, you are turning on the light. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who came to one of my lectures. He said, Neville, I've tried affirmations, visualizations, everything. Nothing works. I asked him, what do you say to yourself when you are alone? He paused. He said, mostly, I tell myself it never works. I smiled and said, then it never will, because that is your prayer. He left in silence, but he decided to test it. For 3 days, he practiced one command, revise and replace immediately. Whenever he caught himself speaking limitation, he stopped mid-thought and replaced it with its opposite. I can't find work became the perfect. Job is already mine. Nobody notices me became I am always in the right place at the right time. On the second day, his mind fought him bitterly. The old words rose like a storm, but he persisted. He said, no, this is my wilderness, and I will not bow to temptation. By the fourth day, he received a call from a company he had applied to months before. They said, we've reviewed your application again. We think you're perfect for the position. He told me later, Neville, I realized it wasn't the world that changed. It was the conversation in my head. That is the essence of this second day. Cleansing through awareness. You cannot plant a new garden in soil, still crowded with thorns. You must clear the ground. And the clearing is done not by struggle, but by choice. Moment by moment, thought by thought. Throughout today, you will practice this sacred discipline. Each time you notice an inner word that feels heavy, dark, or fearful, stop. Do not condemn yourself for it. Do not analyze it. Simply say, that is not my truth anymore. Then replace it with the voice of your wish fulfilled. This is the purification of the temple, your mind. And as you do, you will feel lighter. You will feel as though a great fog has lifted. That is not imagination. That is the sign of renewal. You may even notice small signs around you. Strangers smiling, things flowing easily, peace where there used to be tension. These are confirmations that your inner atmosphere is clearing. Remember, you are not trying to create something new. You are revealing what was always hidden behind the noise. The truth has always been there. You are divine imagination. You are the word in motion. You are the cause behind the effect. So tonight, as you prepare for sleep, lie down in quiet confidence. See the day's negative words as clouds drifting away, dissolving into the horizon. Whisper softly, I am clean in mind and heart. My words are light. My thoughts are blessings. I revise and replace immediately. Then, rest. Do not worry if you slip during the day. The cleansing is a process. Even a river becomes clear by continual flow. You are flowing now into clarity, into peace, into dominion. My dear, wonderful friends, welcome to the third day, the day of faith. The seed has been planted, the soil has been cleared, and now comes the moment of quiet endurance. The still point where appearances contradict you, where the world seems to echo the old story. This is the day when many turn back, but those who remain, those who hold their inner words steady, they are the ones who see the promise fulfilled. Faith is not blind hope. Faith is loyalty to the unseen reality. It is the refusal to abandon your inner conversation, no matter what the senses shout. You must remember, creation does not spring instantly from the soil. There is always a hidden interval, a sacred delay between speaking the word and seeing the fruit. That interval is not punishment. It is gestation. It is the time when your assumption is rooting itself in the subconscious, where all creation begins. So when things appear unchanged, rejoice, it means the process is working. The silence before the dawn is not the end of light. It is its preparation. Now today, you will practice the great art of persistence in inner speech. You will continue to speak as the fulfilled one, even when the 3D world seems deaf to your new tone. When the mind whispers, nothing is happening, you will smile inwardly and reply, everything is working perfectly. My world is transforming now. You will say it not to convince yourself, but to declare the law. Every time you hold your new words steady, the universe bends a little more to your command. The third day is the day of silence, of trust, of unseen movement. It is written, "And on the third day the earth brought forth grass." It did not say man labored, but that the earth itself, the subconscious, brought forth fruit from the planted word. Your work today is not action, but assurance. Now let me tell you a story, one that has touched my heart through the years, for it reveals the quiet power of faith held steady. There was a young woman in New York who came to my lectures often. She sat always in the same seat, listening but rarely speaking. One evening, she approached me after the talk. Her eyes were gentle but heavy. She said, "Neville, my fiancé left me 6 months ago. He said he no longer felt the same, and he is seeing someone else. I've tried to move on, but I can't. I love him deeply. Can this teaching help me?" I told her, "My dear, if you truly love him, then you must love him enough to see him as he is in your heart, not as he appears to be in the world. Don't beg him to return. See him as already returned. Speak to yourself as the woman who is loved, who is chosen, who is at peace." She nodded slowly. "I'll try," she said. For 3 days, she did as instructed. On the first day, she felt nothing. She wrote in her journal, "It feels like pretending. I say I am loved, but my heart aches." Still, she persisted. On the second day, she caught herself imagining him with another woman. She cried, but then she remembered. Revise and replace immediately. She closed her eyes, took a breath, and imagined his voice saying, "You are the only one for me." She spoke softly to herself. "I am deeply loved. I am chosen. I am peaceful." On the third day, something shifted. She said later, "It was as if the heaviness dissolved. I could feel his presence around me. Not a longing, but a warmth, as if love itself was resting in my chest." She fell asleep that night whispering, "Everything is working perfectly. My world is transforming now." 3 days later, she received a letter, handwritten, unexpected. It was from him. He wrote, "I don't know what happened. Something in me changed. I woke up thinking of you and realized I've been a fool. I want to see you again." They met the following evening. He told her, "I can't explain it. I just felt you calling me. Not in words, but in peace." When she told me this story, she was radiant. She said, "Neville, I thought I was using this teaching to get him back. But I realize now it wasn't about him. I had to become the woman who is already loved. Once I became her, he had no choice but to find me again." That, my friends, is the third day. The day when your inner word becomes your dwelling place. When you no longer reach for the desire, but rest in it. You may not receive a letter or a sign today. That is not the measure. The true evidence of faith is peace. When your inner talking no longer strains. When you can say, "It is done," and mean it, you have stabilized the state. So today, walk in quiet confidence. Let your words be calm and steady. Everything is working perfectly. My world is transforming now. Say it while walking down the street. Say it when doubts arise. Say it before sleep. Each repetition carves the truth deeper into your being. And when you feel weary, remember this: you are not waiting for the world to catch up. The world is waiting for your word to be settled. Let your tone be soft but certain. Feel the beauty of what you have already created. Smile at the seeming delay. For it is not denial, it is divine timing. Tonight as you rest, do not seek proof. Rest in the knowing that your inner conversation is law. Let your last words before sleep be the tone of fulfillment. Everything is working perfectly. My world is transforming now, and it will, silently, faithfully, beautifully. My dear, wonderful friends, you have reached the fourth day, the day of embodiment. The day when what began as a whisper becomes your living breath, when what was once imagination becomes the rhythm of your being. The fourth day is not about effort, it is about becoming. It is when the new identity you have spoken of, prayed for, and felt ceases to be a wish and becomes your home. This is the day of resurrection, the day when the seed breaks open and the new life rises from within you. The word you have spoken for 3 days now takes form, and you awaken as the one who already lives the miracle. Close your eyes. Breathe gently. Let everything grow quiet around you. You are about to step into the life you have created with your inner word. Imagine now that you are awakening, but not in your old room, not in your old world. You open your eyes, and the light that fills this space feels different, softer, golden, peaceful. You sense immediately that everything has changed. The air feels alive. Your heart beats with calm certainty. This is your new life. You sit up slowly and look around. You recognize the space as your own, but richer, warmer, more radiant. The world has taken on the tone of your inner conversation. Now listen. You can hear people's voices around you, faint but joyful. Someone is laughing. Someone is saying your name. You hear them congratulating you. I knew you'd make it. You deserve all of this. I'm so proud of you, and you smile. Because you are no longer surprised by these words. They feel natural. You walk through this new life now. You move as one who belongs here. You notice how your thoughts flow, effortlessly, in harmony with what you desired. You no longer speak about lack or waiting. You speak as one who is. If your desire was wealth, see yourself living in quiet abundance. Your needs are met before you even think of them. Every bill paid easily. Every door opening on time. You feel generosity rising within you because you have more than enough to share. You catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror. You look calm, radiant, and free. If your desire was love, see yourself walking hand in hand with the one who adores you. Feel their warmth beside you. Hear them laugh softly and call you my love. See how the world itself reflects your union. Kindness in strangers, gentleness in every interaction. You have become love embodied. If your desire was health, feel the rhythm of your body moving in perfect harmony. Your breath deep, your limbs light, your energy steady and alive. You no longer think about healing. You simply live as one who is whole. Your body obeys the new consciousness with joy. If your desire was peace, purpose, freedom, feel it now. You walk through your day without effort, guided by intuition, anchored in calm. You do not reach for blessings, you carry them. You do not seek miracles, you are one. This is the power of the fourth day, the point where the desire and the dreamer become one. You no longer imagine being the new self, you are the new self. Now listen closely, my friends. On this day, the outer world begins to echo back the change within you. This is the bridge of incidents, the chain of events that reveals what has already been spoken into existence. You will find coincidences multiplying, doors opening, messages arriving, and people saying things that mirror your inner words. Do not call them miracles. They are the natural fruit of your new conversation. Let me tell you some stories of those who have lived this fourth day and witnessed the word made flesh. The first story is about a man in London wrote to me after attending a single lecture. He had been out of work for nearly a year. He said, "Neville, I listened to your words about talking to oneself from the end. That night I began." He imagined walking into his office again, shaking hands with colleagues, hearing them say, "We've missed you. It's wonderful to have you back." He repeated this inner scene each night before sleep. On the fourth day, his former employer called unexpectedly. "We need you for a new project. Can you start tomorrow?" He said. I realized in that moment that the call didn't come because of chance. It came because I had already accepted I was employed. The second story is about a woman in Toronto, wrote, "My mother had been ill for months. Every day, I prayed for her health, but my prayers were filled with worry. After hearing your teaching, I changed my words. I began to see her as radiant, laughing, strong. I spoke of her not as sick, but as healed." On the fourth day, her mother woke with no pain, no fever, and asked for breakfast for the first time in weeks. The doctor called it spontaneous remission. She called it the word made flesh. The third story is about a young artist in Los Angeles had been struggling to sell his work. He told me, "I kept saying I wanted success, but inside I doubted it." He began the 4-day practice. Each night he saw himself surrounded by his paintings, buyers congratulating him, his name spoken with admiration. By the end of the fourth day, a gallery owner, who had never answered his calls before, reached out and offered him an exhibition. He said, "Neville, it wasn't magic, it was natural. I had finally become the man who deserved success. My dear wonderful friend, now we come to the Holy of Holies, the silence of creation. Here there is no effort. Here we do not strive. We remember. Here we return to what we have always been. Let my voice guide you gently, like a bridge between what seems and what truly is. Lie down, or sit comfortably. Let the body find its own stillness, like water settling into its vessel. Take a deep, slow breath, and another still. Feel the air entering your nostrils, cool, clear, and leaving, warm, softened, alive. There is nothing to control, simply allow. Now, close your eyes. Feel the weight of your eyelids. Feel your forehead smooth, your jaw release, your tongue rest gently in your mouth. There is nothing to say out there, for all the words will now be spoken within. Relax the neck, the shoulders, let them drop a little further down. It's as though you're handing an old burden back to the earth. Relax your arms, your hands. See them resting gently in your lap or beside you. No tension, no expectation, only being. Relax your chest. Feel the heartbeat, steady and ancient. Relax your stomach, soft, obedient to peace. Imagine a golden hand soothing you from within. Relax your back, your hips, your legs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet, each toe loosening like petals falling one by one. Now breathe again, in and out. And listen. In the beginning was the Word, and that Word was with God, and the Word was God. My friend, your inner word is God in action. Your inner talking is the seed of all visible things. What you accept as true, in the depth of you must rise to the surface as fact. Tonight we speak a new word. Tonight we speak the name that was spoken from the foundation of the world. I am, not I will be. Not someday, I am. Let that truth settle in you. Now, imagine the room around you widening, as if the walls were breathing outward. From above, a soft, golden light descends. Not bright, not blinding, but gentle, warm, maternal. It flows over you, recognizing your form, resting upon your head, moving down your forehead, over your cheeks, down your throat, your chest, your stomach, and settling in your pelvis, like a quiet sun. Each breath feeds that inner sun. Each exhale whispers yes. Now bring your attention to that inner voice, not the noise of thought, but the living presence behind the thought. Listen for its texture, its rhythm, its feeling. That voice is not apart from you. It is you before all stories, before all names. That is the I am. Say it inwardly now, softly, slowly, with reverence. I am. I am. Once more, deeper still, each repetition sinking further down into the roots of being. I am. I am. I'll feel it vibrating in your chest, echoing in the bones. With every breath, that echo dissolves the tension, the rush, the striving. There is nothing to achieve, only to remember. Now we will clothe this holy name with the garment of your fulfilled desire. You are not begging. You are not hoping. You are accepting. It is yours already. And this is the moment of realization. Take another breath. And now, imagine this. You awaken in the morning, but not in the home of your former self. You awaken in the home of your fulfilled identity. Look around. The air is different. There is stillness and peace in it. The pillow beneath your head feels new. You smile without effort, because deep down you know. You hear your own voice, calm, certain, whispering, "Good morning, beloved. It is done. Thank you." Feel the sheets, the warmth of the room, the strength of your renewed body. Stretch lightly, not as a person waiting for change, but as one living in the harvest. This is not imagination in the ordinary sense. This is remembrance. You are remembering the state that has always been yours. Now we walk through 4 chambers, each one a face of your divine being. Do not rush. Allow the experience to unfold like breath. You find yourself in a room filled with light. On a table before you lies an envelope, your name written upon it in elegant script. You pick it up, feeling the texture of the paper beneath your fingers. You open it. Inside, there are words, perhaps numbers, confirming what you already know. Your accounts are full. Your affairs are balanced. Money flows like a river from unseen springs. You do not laugh with disbelief. You smile with recognition. This is how it has always been. Around you, you hear voices. Warm, delighted. Congratulations, you did it. How wonderfully everything worked out. Hear the tones of sincerity. Feel the gratitude swelling quietly in your chest. Say within yourself now, slowly, I am wealthy. I am provided for. I am abundance made visible. And feel it, not as wishful thinking, but as truth. Now the scene changes gently. You are walking along a path at dawn. The air is crisp and clear. The body feels light, strong, fluid. Each step is effortless. Each breath deep and sweet. You raise your hands, and they move without pain or hesitation. Your spine straightens like a young tree. The light on your skin glows with vitality. Every cell hums with harmony. You smile. You whisper to yourself, I am whole. I am radiant life. Every organ sings in perfect order. Feel it as though the truth has always been. This body is not healing. It is health. You are not recovering. You are remembering your natural state of divine order. Now the morning sun softens. You find yourself in a garden. Lush, fragrant, eternal. The air itself feels like affection. Ahead of you, someone approaches, a reflection of love, of companionship, of understanding. It may be the person you longed for, or it may be the image of love itself, made visible in form. They look into your eyes and smile. No words are needed. You both know. It has always been this way. You hear the quiet murmur of life around you. Birds, wind, distant laughter, as if the whole universe is joining in your joy. Whisper within yourself, I am loved. I am chosen. I am peace in human form. Feel the weightless certainty of it. Love does not come to you. It arises through you. Now the garden dissolves into a vast open horizon. You stand on a cliff overlooking the sea. The wind carries your name across the water. The world is silent, expectant. You know who you are. You know why you are here. Every movement, every breath, every thought flows from divine purpose. You speak now with authority, not to command the world, but to recognize it as your own creation. You say, I am free. I am the master of my destiny. I am the operant power of imagination itself. And the sea answers back with 1,000 shining ripples. Yes. Now breathe again. Slowly, deeply. Let all 4 chambers merge into one great awareness. Abundance, health, love, freedom. All aspects of the one truth I am. Let this knowing fill you. Let it anchor in every cell, every memory, every corner of your consciousness. Now softly repeat with me. Let there be light, and there is light. Be still and know that I am God. The word has been spoken, and the word will not return void. Stay in that stillness for a few moments. No words now, only the radiant hum of being. When thoughts drift, bring them back with this rhythm. I am wealth. I am health. I am love. I am free. I am the word made flesh. Say it inwardly again, like waves against a quiet shore. I am wealth. I am love. I am free. I am the word made flesh. And again, softer, slower, deeper. I am love. I am love. Let the silence that follows be your proof. Feel it. The stillness is not empty. It is full of power. This is the womb of creation. This is where all things are born. And now, as you prepare to return, do not think of waking into the old world. You will open your eyes into the new. You are not the person who began this journey. You are the resurrected self, The fourth day has come. The Word has become flesh. The breath moves gently through you. You are not breathing. Life itself is breathing you. You are the quiet witness of a divine rhythm. Now imagine that every inhale draws light into your being, and every exhale releases all that no longer serves. With each breath, your awareness deepens. You are sinking below thought, below words, into the soft pulse of existence itself. This is the place where imagination and reality are one. This is the kingdom within, the true temple not made with hands. Here, the law is simple. Whatever you accept as true in this stillness becomes flesh. So tonight, we will speak the truth of your being until it fills every corner of consciousness. You are not repeating words. You are vibrating the universe into alignment. Now see before you a door, tall, radiant, made of light. Upon it is written a single phrase: enter as the one you have become. Walk toward it. Each step you take, the ground shines beneath your feet. As you approach, the door opens by its own accord. No resistance. You are welcomed. Beyond the door there is no distance, only presence. The air itself hums with your awareness. You look around and realize everything here listens to you. Every object, every color, every sound is tuned to your inner word. You speak softly. I am the cause. I am the living word. I am. Your voice doesn't echo, it expands, as though the whole space has become your body. Now you begin to walk through your new world. It looks familiar, yet more alive. The trees seem to breathe with you. The sky mirrors your state of mind. There is no separation between what you feel and what appears. You think peace and the wind slows. You think abundance and the air thickens with sweetness. You think love and the world itself blushes in color. This, beloved, is not fantasy. This is the natural order of consciousness awake. Now imagine that you are standing before a great mirror. But this is no ordinary reflection. It does not show your outer form. It shows your inner assumption. At first, the image flickers, remnants of old thoughts, old fears, old memories. You look calmly into them, and you say, I forgive you. You no longer have power here. And as you speak, the reflections dissolve, melting like mist under the morning sun. In their place appears a radiant version of yourself, the one you chose to become. Notice how they stand, tall, effortless, certain. Their eyes hold the quiet knowing of fulfillment. Their smile is gentle, not proud, for they understand creation is grace, not effort. Now step forward, merge with that reflection. Feel the two of you become one being, the image and the awareness, united. Your breath and their breath, one rhythm. Your thought and their thought, one mind. Your heart and their heart, one pulse. Whisper now with reverence. This is who I am. This is who I have always been. Stay there for a moment. Let the truth of it sink into every cell. Now imagine you are walking through your life, not as the one becoming, but as the one who is. Everything responds differently. People greet you with warmth. Opportunities seem to appear without effort. Even the smallest details shimmer with a quiet perfection. You walk into your home, and the atmosphere welcomes you. The light is softer. The space feels alive. Every object hums with the vibration of completion. You see yourself in the mirror, and there is no question anymore. You recognize your reflection as the living proof of assumption fulfilled. You whisper, of course, this is my life. You look at your phone and a message arrives, the very news you once hoped for. You read it, not with surprise, but with gratitude that feels ancient, inevitable. You walk outside. The world greets you like an old friend. The air tastes of freedom. The sky bends closer, listening for your next word. You say within yourself, everything unfolds perfectly. My inner word is law. My imagination is reality. And the world responds in 1,000 unseen ways to confirm it. Now, my friend, I will guide you into deeper silence, a space where thought dissolves and only being remains. Let's go further. Breathe slowly. Let go. Imagine that time itself pauses. No seconds, no minutes, no hours, only the eternal now. All of creation seems to be holding its breath with you. In this sacred stillness, you hear a whisper, not from outside, but from within your very being. It says, I am the resurrection and the life. This is not a metaphor. It is a description of consciousness in motion. The I am within you resurrects every idea it accepts as true. It brings to life the images of your imagination and calls them reality. Now see before you every desire you have ever held, not as a list, but as radiant forms of light. They hover gently, awaiting your recognition. You walk among them, touching each one, a healed body, a restored relationship, a thriving home, a life overflowing with meaning. You do not wish for them, you bless them. You whisper, thank you. It is done. And one by one, they dissolve into your chest, absorbed into your being. They are no longer goals. They are parts of you. Now feel a deep, gentle warmth expanding in the center of your chest. This is the heart of the I am, the secret dwelling place of God. It glows softly at first, then brighter, until it feels as though your whole body is filled with light. That light expands beyond you, filling the room, the city, the world. You realize you are not in the light, you are the light, and everything you have ever called the world is simply light, taking shape around your awareness. You whisper, let there be light, and there is. Be still and know that I am God. And all movement ceases. Only the deep hum of existence remains, the cosmic heartbeat that has never stopped. Now imagine the faces of those you love. See them, surrounded by that same golden radiance, each one smiling, healed, fulfilled, at peace. Their joy is your joy. Their light is your light. This is what true creation means, to lift the whole world by assuming it already perfect. Say softly now, I see them as they truly are, whole, happy, divine. Feel the love that radiates through you. It is not personal love, it is universal recognition. This is the moment where the self dissolves into oneness. Now slowly, return to your own body. Feel the breath again. Gentle, effortless. Feel the heartbeat. You have not gone anywhere, you have expanded. You are now the awareness that contains both silence and sound, both dream and waking. This is what it means to live in the end, to rest in the feeling of completion while still walking through time. You are not waiting for manifestation. You are witnessing the slow unfolding of what already exists. As you rest in this truth, repeat softly, I am wealth, I am health, I am love, I am peace, I am free, I am the Word made flesh. Again more slowly, as though each word is a key, unlocking the gates of creation. I am wealth, I am health, I am love, I am peace, I am free, I am the Word made flesh. Let the rhythm carry you. Let each I am dissolve into the next until all words disappear and only the vibration remains. You are no longer saying I am. You are being it. Now imagine your life a few days from now. You are walking through it and everything seems subtly different. Lighter, kinder, more fluid. You are calm, but there is a quiet, knowing that something magnificent has shifted. People treat you differently, not because they changed, but because you did. Your inner word has rearranged the whole structure of your world. You notice small signs, an unexpected message, a favorable turn of events, a sudden peace where there used to be struggle. Each one is the echo of your new assumption solidifying into matter. Smile. You understand the mystery now. The fourth day was never about time. It was about embodiment, about becoming so identified with your fulfilled state that the old world simply falls away. You have entered the resurrection. The Word, your word, has become flesh. Now rest a little longer in silence. Let my words fade into the background, like ripples settling after a stone has been dropped into still water. Stay in that stillness as long as you wish. When you open your eyes, do not wake into the world you left. Wake into the world You have spoken into being. You will carry this peace into everything you touch. Every conversation, every movement, every glance will carry the quiet authority of one who knows. You are not seeking proof anymore, you are living proof. And as you walk through life from this awareness, remember your world is your inner conversation pushed out. So guard it tenderly, speak gently, love deeply, and always, always remember, you are the operant power. You are imagination itself. You are the Word made flesh. Take one final deep breath now. Let gratitude fill you like golden light. Whisper once more, slowly, with full awareness of what it means. I am. I am. I am. And so it is. It is done. My dear wonderful friend, if you have arrived here, if you have walked faithfully through these 4 sacred days, something within you has already transformed. Perhaps it came gently, like a whisper, or perhaps like a great tide rising within your soul. But the change is real, and it is eternal. You have spoken the word. You have guarded your inner conversation. You have lived from the end, not toward it. And because of that, your world has already begun to obey your voice. Do not seek confirmation in the outer world just yet. Look within. Feel the quiet peace, where there was once longing. That peace is the sign. That stillness is the proof. For creation was finished the very moment you accepted it as done. These 4 days were not a ritual. They were a remembering. You have remembered who you truly are. The operant power, the Word made flesh, the I am made visible. From this moment on, let every word that passes through your mind be sacred. Speak gently to yourself. Speak as one who already lives the wish fulfilled, and your world, faithful and precise, will mirror that inner word. Now before you go, take one last deep breath and seal this new state with gratitude. Whisper softly, thank you. It is done. And so it is. If this message has touched you, if something in your life has begun to unfold in a new and beautiful way, share it. Tell your story in the comments below. Write, this is what happened in my 4 days. Your words may be the light that awakens someone else. And my friend, if this teaching has inspired you, if it has reminded you of your true creative power, I invite you to subscribe to this channel, like this video to let others find it, and comment below to share your realization. Every gesture, every word of gratitude helps spread this knowledge to those who are ready to awaken. So my dear wonderful friends, go now and speak only from the wish fulfilled. Speak as the one who already is, and watch your world bend lovingly to the tone of your voice. For your inner word is God in action, and God never fails. Good night, beloved. Until we meet again in consciousness, remember this unshakable truth. It is done. It was always done. You are.